statue of this little girl with matchsticks. They own all these Danish statues of white children grimacing. They own these candlesticks. They own these handmade coasters. They own this African quilt. The room is empty.
I had a dream.
A dream?
Yeah, I saw this rock that looked like a giant head, a face floating like the sun was setting.
That's beautiful.
No, I wouldn't call it beautiful.
Oh.
It was more like floating, tipping ever so slowly up and down in the water.
A gigantic face, tipping in the water as the sun sets. I call that beautiful.
Right, we have everything we need, don't we? We
yes.
do.
Yes, it's so lovely here on the island.
It's not an island. It's not an island, it's a peninsula. You keep calling it an island, but it's a peninsula. That's where we live. I don't like the way you're looking at me right now.
How am I looking at you?
Like it's my fault. Like I've done something wrong, like I've got a smoking gun in my hand.
I'm looking at you like someone who knows that something's about to happen. Something terrible with our children.
As they speak, the children start falling. They start filling the room with objects, china, tables, forks, tablecloths, bicycles, books, stairways and staircases, napkins and napkin rings.
Look at that napkin ring.
Oh, look at this picture. Look at this picture of white children grimacing.
Look at this painting of a quiet man.
The badger picks up a battle axe.
That's mine.
That's mine.
Leave it alone.
The badger lifts the battle axe, swings it.
He claimed it.
I claimed it.
Watch it. He'll chop your head off.
They gritted their teeth and celebrated Christmas together. They only did it for us. They only did it because of us, because we were their children. And she got us and the house and all the stuff, but he got nothing at all. He left and she stayed, and she never threw anything out. She just packed the drawers without even looking through them, and just bagged them and taped them. There was just this old random mess. To think how she carried this ugly old mug with her. From apartment to apartment since the early 90s.
But it's going to get better.
So I saw this badger.
What? Where?
In the garden.
Oh, shit. You know when they bite, they don't stop until they feel the bones.
Yeah, until it crunches. It's so nasty.
Oh, maybe we're all badgers once.
My husband is one for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw that. That's right. That's the badger, definitely the badger. Do you think it's gone?
What, the badger?
Yes, the badger.
I think it is, yeah. I guess it was migrating from the forest to the water or something like that. I'm no expert. You know, it really is lovely on this island this time of year. Don't you just love the flowers and...
It's not an island.
Excuse me?
It's not an island. Don't say that.
Say what?
That is an island. It's a peninsula. It's inaccurate. An island is inaccurate. An island have water. It's surrounded by water, and this is not an island. You call this an island, but it's not. It's a peninsula. We live on a peninsula. Peninsula, that's where we live. So why does anyone calling it an island? It's kind of tedious. No. It was not enough. A house, a garden, out of the centre, close to the water. Perfect for kids. We came in the market, South Luck. We were relieved. My wife, she works less, I work more. She wants more of me. We went to the mountains, the snow went away. It's not global warming, it's spring. We came too late.
The children are watching him. A father, a breadwinner,
Who is there?
says the squirrel,
Who's there?
says the fox.
A hyper carnivore, apex predator.
Says the crocodile.
He's funny.
He's mental.
He is...
Predator.
A friend of mine returned from Peru the other day. So he'd taken part in this ritual. He'd taken this old magic red Indian medicine, this tea called St. Pedro. And he said that it was quite extraordinary. You know, that when he walked on the grass, it was as if it was electric, as if the energy floated from the grass up through his feet from the earth itself. And he touched the water and it was alive. He touched the stones and they were warm. And he felt this energy flowing through the logs that were holding up the Malcoca, like this glowing green field surrounding everything, holding everything together. And he said, you know, all things reach upwards. The trees, the plants, towards the light. And I can't stop thinking about that. I think about it when I shower, when I do my Pilates, when I do my yoga, when I drive the children to the kindergarten and go to work. Sit there by the drawing board, looking at the city plans and the allotments, the lintels, the buttresses, thinking about the keystones, imagining it all tied together by this green field of energy, thinking about high-rises and office blocks and this new apartment block that I'm working on right now, like trees, like plants, stretching themselves upwards, electrified whole cities held together by this invisible force, even the cells in our body, you know, the molecules in our DNA. And then my heart skips a beat, just skips a beat, thinking about what would happen if it disappeared, if the connection all of a sudden broke, the energy gone, as if the current was turned, and how the molecules would fall away from one another. How the cells in our skin no longer would cling to the cells of our flesh, and how the buttresses no longer would hold onto the columns as the keystone tore itself away from the arches, how the arches would collapse as the streets started to drift away from each other. Buildings and rivers and mountains floating in free, falling, tumbling chaos. I pinch myself and I look up at the sky and I look at my children, the way that they run and laugh and how they smell in their sleep, and I want to hold on to them, just hold on to them, like tie them to my chest and never let go.
We got this second kid. We ended up where she wanted to be with the kids in this super Steiner place. A kindergarten in the woods. It's beautiful, but not very practical. And then there was this problem, what to do with the car, this electric car. So I bought a Qashqai. It's big, it's safe, it's good for the kids. It drives on gasoline, what the hell. But I just could not get rid of the other one, the electric one. So now I have two cars.
The ferry leaves the shore, a bird in the bushes, a hovercraft, and Julian says,
let's face it, this place is unbearable. It's claustrophobic. They all smile at you. They all seem very friendly, but deep, deep inside you have no idea what they're thinking. And then one day, boom, you get stabbed, you get killed, just like that. No notice, boom. Paranoia. This is the home of paranoia. And we're all guilty for not screaming, for not opposing. We're all guilty because we prefer to be invisible, rather than telling the awful truth that we carry inside. I love you. I love you. And we must leave this place right now.
we have water. We have water all around us. We have as much water as, well, it feels like an island. An island so huge, we almost forget. We have seasons, beautiful and long, with colours and leaves and storms. We have it all. We have it all. We have it all.
I have a tail.
I have a hoof.
I have fangs.
I have the sharpest teeth.
I have the sharpest teeth, the biggest brain, superpowers, handicaps, life skills, love, a jar filled with sprogs, with jellyfish heartache.
We have a battle axe.
Off with their heads.
The children are hiding in cupboards, in the basements, in the sewers, in the innards of a roundabout. They're bumping into furniture, into shelves and wardrobe doors.
Look at me now,
Says the crocodile.
Look at me now.
Says the squirrel.
listen to the sounds I make.
Who is to be the bee?
Who is to be the beaver?
This is an island so huge. You could even get lost. This is an island so huge. We almost forget its forests and its lakes, valleys and mountain tops, beaches and farms, all drowning in the darkness of the woods, littered with rabbit holes, with foxholes, dens and hives. 2 hunters by a creek, waiting for their coffee to boil. Strange. It's a place out there, where the waves break.
Yeah, that's Rebekka,
Marbakken.
where it suddenly gets deep.
I see. It's the sun and the wind, like now, like a head in the waves. A Dowdinghudda, where the waves break. It appears when the wind turns, and then I've seen it. It breaks the surface. A dead man's head.
Can't say I have seen it sitting here, seeing the sun go down. I've been in for so many years.
It's the wind when it turns. I was a child the first time I saw it up by Krokkelva. It's high ground up there. It's easy to see it up from high. But you can see it from here too.
I've never heard anybody else mention anything like that. That there's a Dowdinghudda in Vågen.
They all know it. Nobody talks about it.
That guy, Kroken, wasn't he still around when you were a child?
Was he? I can't remember.
He must still have been around when you were that age.
No, not in this area. Not as far as I remember.
It was a shooting accident, wasn't it? That deformed his hand.
No, he was born that way. A badger is packing. A battle axe.
Where are you going?
He's going nowhere.
He's packing a comb, a torch, a packet of chewing gum.
He's going somewhere.
Oh, let's get out of here. Let's get lost.
I am going nowhere.
If he's going somewhere, I'm going somewhere.
Who's the coward?
Says the crocodile.
Not me.
Says the fox. The badger is humming.
Look, if we are going, for good, we should bring some cash.
We don't need cash.
We do.
I'm bringing my swimsuit. Are we leaving a note?
Says the fox.
Who's a bat? Is a rat? Is a beaver?
Says the crocodile.
Come shooting with me?
Shooting? At what? What do you want to shoot at?
Nah, just anything at all. We could shoot at some seagulls or at some critters or at the mug your mother left you and so you hate so much. So much, or just at the sky.
No, thank you. I don't even know you. Do you have a gun?
I have plenty of guns. We could leave right now and I could let you try all sorts of guns, a shotgun, a handgun, a rifle. I even have a machine gun.
And where could we fire all these guns?
At my place. You can sleep at my place. We could drink some more. We could just go on a shooting spree. You could shoot up my stuff, at my paintings, my china, my silverware, my pots and pans, a fox, a badger, my horse.
Not your horse.
Not my horses, but anything else.
Anything?
Absolutely anything. Just come.
Lena lies deep in grass. Can you see her? She's a turtle, too big for her shell. She's a princess, shedding her skin. The wood is green and deep and endless. There, where 4 animals are making their way through the thickets. Who is there, in the water? Who's there, resting in the woods?
We shouldn't be here. We are not allowed, and you know it. We should not cross that bridge. We should not swim that river.
It's a puddle.
Let's cross it.
Let's jump it. Let's splash around.
I want to go home.
Here comes the boogeyman.
Says the crocodile.
Here comes the hammerfish.
Says the fox.
Have you ever shot a gun before?
No, never. Have you ever shot anyone?
Many.
Who then died?
I'm very precise.
Always in self-defense?
What do you think? Yes. Maybe just start with this one. Look. Now it's loaded. Here. Just aim and pull the trigger.
Whoa,
See?
it's heavy. Is it still loaded?
Yes. Just go crazy. Shoot.
Lena goes crazy, shooting at everything. The children are crossing the creek. They're never going home. By a roadside, a man stands bent over a flat tire, cursing.
What's wrong with him?
Says the squirrel.
He wants a new name.
Says the crocodile.
What name shall we give him?
Maybe he already has a name.
Maybe somebody's taken his name away from him.
He wants a new name, stupid.
Don't you like your name?
Do you think he deserves one?
Everyone should have a name.
What kind of name do you want?
Like a human name
Or like our name?
I have a name for him.
I don't know. It looks like the type always gets whatever it wants, and that's...
Just never good for anyone.
They lead him to a tree. They tie him to the trunk.
I am the fox.
Says the fox.
I am the squirrel.
Says the squirrel. And they fill his pockets with honey. And they fill his mouth with ants.
It's so easy.
See, I knew you had potential.
Who would have thought that it could be so rewarding shooting a gun just like this, right into the mud, just like... Do you remember when you gave me a kiss?
What, when?
Well, you could do it again sometime.
We have forests, we have lakes, we have mountain tops and valleys, we have all kinds of animals. We've got these creatures, monsters, trolls, hidden places and famous ghosts. We have snow and rain and even darker days. We have it all. And it makes us wonder what's real.
I had this dream.
What dream?
Ugh, it's just silly.
Tell.
Well, in this dream, I was a woman. And this woman said, "What am I?"
Okay.
So, what am I?
You're, beaver? Now, what am I?
Ugh, this is just silly.
I don't think it's silly, it's kind of fun. Guess, what am I?
Hamster.
A hamster, come on. What am I?
I don't know.
Guess.
You're bear.
Grrr. And now it's your turn. Show me. Where are you?
I don't know.
Show me.
I don't know.
Look, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Show me. What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. It's just...
Come on, show me.
Fuck it. Okay, what? Like this?
I love it. No, I really, that's lovely. Come here. You're a squirrel, an alley cat, tiny white mouse.
The children are watching from the bridge. Let's cross it, says one. Let's stay behind, says the other.
I tried to sign up for online dating. I thought there must be some horny women online. There must be other compulsive liars who want to have an affair with me. Someone that wouldn't get hurt. Someone open to the terms. We meet, we fuck, we keep it a secret. No, I was wrong. I couldn't really find anyone like that out there. I ended up spending a lot of money fighting online with women I didn't want to meet. I mean, do they think I'm stupid? I don't get it. I know they're paid to entertain me online to make me feel special, to send me pictures for the hope that one day we'll meet or fuck. But the truth is that they are hired by some company to keep me on the website chatting. And since you pay for each email you send, it's just not convenient to meet in real life. They're not people you can actually spend time with or have fun with, you get it? They meet liars with lies. Well, maybe fair enough. But you know, they make their profit out of fucking grief. They use people's problems to suck money out of our pockets. Fuck anyway. I felt so useless when I realised I got depressed because a woman I met online was probably lying to me. I was so shocked to realise that she didn't find me incredibly attractive. That she was sitting somewhere in there getting paid to turn me on. Fuck, that's humiliating. I'm just tired. I can't be a good person. I don't believe in therapy to change. I don't believe in art anymore, sublimation. I drove the car. The car drove me in silence. It's electric and it drives in silence. It stopped by the water and there I saw the feeling. There I could finally meet it. There it was inside of me for an hour. I was by the water waiting, trying to push the pedal, trying to give gas. I smelled shame. I felt narcissistic shame.
Well, you're lying.
Yes.
You don't want to die. You've never even watched online porn.
No, I haven't.
It's just something that you say to impress me. You've never believed in art as sublimation.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I know. You're just depressed because some arsehole didn't want to put on your performance, that's all.
I'm just depressed because I'm losing my hair, that's all.
No! I don't need a bed. No, I don't need sleep. No, don't need a thing. Just a back to push myself against. A resilient back. The real diagnosis is to like me.
Here I come.
A campfire. 4 children are pretending to be safe. Pretending to be what they want to be. A squirrel, a badger, a crocodile, and a fox. 4 animals, lighting an engångsgrill, barbecuing a chocolate bar, and a sandwich and a piece of chicken.
Watch out. The chocolate is melting. I told you we should have put it on last.
Scoop it up, scoop it up. It's just like poo. It's just like soup. We could drink it.
4 little animals lighting a fire. It's golden. It sparks, shines, and glistens. In the dark, far away from home. That's where they are.
Are we really?
We are.
Are we really, like, lost?
There, lost in the woods.
Not kind of lost, but like lost.
Totally.
Like totally fucking lost.
Like, totally.
Fucking.
Totally.
Fucking.
Like we have to live on roots and moss and shit, right? Yeah?
Lost. Right?
I have the can of beans here if anyone fancies it.
Does anybody have a can opener?
Oh, we could use a stone or something.
Yeah, let's stone it.
Let's stone the can of beans.
I thought about taking a lot of pills. I thought about cutting open my veins, going out like a Roman, sitting in a bath and enjoying the end while reading my favourite book, but then I thought, shit, we don't have a bath. We never had the money to replace our shower with a bathtub. She always complains about that. Yeah, says the kids should live in a house with a bath, and anyway, I can't even decide what is my favourite book. It all seems so, I don't know, staged. So, thought out. It's like that terrible thing, like when you have the feeling that you don't even own your own words, not even your feelings. They're not even like
Original?
We know how you feel.
yes, they even feel
Made up?
made up. The moment you say them, as you say them, as you speak.
I think it's psychological.
Of course, it's psychological. I get so frustrated sometimes. I just want to scream. What if I can't function like I'm broken, like a piece of machinery, just like poof, gone, just a piece of scrap?
You're not broken. You are not broken, Julian.
How high was the river last time you were here? I don't think I've ever seen it run this high. This place, it's not exactly Solshinya. But that's why you find them. Krokstavarna, where there's a little sun and rough terrain. Up this screen, see? All along Iskardet, along the woods, are all crooked. Almost no need to do anything but chop in an emily off the tree and then just carve the bark right off it. One needs to know these things. There's no point in whittling the wood, polishing it, if you have an emily that's as straight as an edge, but who has time these days? As soon as the snow melts, it's carving and planting, and then there's wood to be chopped. There's no end to it this time of year. But it's nice, working on the wood. When the weather's nice and the summer breezes blow across the Ida, then this is the place to be, you know? Before you have your turn, before you have to turn your head and turn your hand to the firewood, or fishing, or both. Who's there? I thought I heard something. Some children laughing. Did you hear anything? Can you see that gorge over there between the mountains?
What gorge?
There. When you see it from this direction, it looks as if someone has cracked the mountain right open. There. That crack over there. Can you see it?
Oh yes, now I see it.
They say that one day that crack will just burst open. Then it will open itself up into an abyss. No one knows when it will happen. It could be tomorrow, or 100 years from now.
Lately,
He has been saying
I
that
don't
he
know.
wants to die.
it's like I can't find my voice.
I'm fine with this dying. I just hate all this.
I wake up and it's gone. I open my mouth and it's not there.
It's just.
I can't find my
art project.
Jesus. I can't find my voice and I don't know my
Wants to wear
words.
like a sweater.
I mean, in a way I can, but not really.
Try to get below the lines.
I don't really own them. I mean, fuck, they're just words. I try to speak. No voice damage, you know.
You know.
I'm under a spell.
It's crust.
A spell in which my brain is like a huge maze.
Live on these giant.
I know I came inside the maze at one some point, that's for sure.
Against each other, pushing and pushing.
And I'm
You're afraid.
desperately looking for an
Global
exit.
warming, but one day.
And I can't find it. And one more
One day,
alleys.
some part of this place,
One
the
more
tension will
walls.
just be too great.
And one more problems. And one more meaningless
just
actions.
Break
Meaningless
away from
relationships.
each other.
Meaningless
Just
vocations.
slip
Meaningless dreams.
and crash down and
Meaningless worries.
like that.
The children are standing at a clearing and they're waiting for the sun to come out. They're never coming home. We have forests, we have lakes, we have these mountain tops and valleys. We have all kinds of animals. We have it all, and we know it's precious. And all we can feel is the darkness, and all we can see is the darkness, and all we can think is the darkness.
In the beginning was the Word. You did not hear me, did not see me, did not cover your eyes, did not hear a word, think a thought, did not hear me breathing your breathing. It is for you I stand in darkness, for you at night I'm the blackness that surrounds me. It's like the air in your lungs. I pour gasoline over me. Can you hear the sound of it? Like water, heavy water that swirls, that leaps across the wall. The dam that falls to the ground, spreads itself out, touches your feet. You stand barefoot in it. It folds around you. You do not hear my thoughts, not a word. You do not know what's going to happen. A work of art. That's what's going to happen. We will make a work of art. That's what you will do. You're all there, you're all invited, you're all part of my story, you are my work of art, your lives, your fears, your memories, your thoughts, your feelings, the fucking that's already going inside your head, that which you detest, the punches, the caresses, the way you can't stop thinking about your children, your cat, and the wind fills the hall. It caresses our necks, it's cold, it's like a rough hand. And even if it's there, there is still, it's all totally still, as if there, that was there was constituted by our breath, as if in this hall, on this peninsula, as we're running out of it, the air we breathe, it stinks. Soon it will reek of gasoline. I have begged you to come. You all know each other. I know you have become one word for me. That's enough that you are here, that you know why we know each other. We sleep with one another. We kill each other. We make each other sick. We love one another. We hate each other. And still we want more. That's all a murky darkness there. You see, you sit here like blind as you learn to see with your senses, to read with your minds, as your fears are being unlocked, the singing in you, and your heart breaks out into the open, out of our narrow chests, but you are caught in here, in this waiting, in this silence of the other, and the silencing of other, as we avoid each other's gaze. I have this gasoline and this matchstick. With it I will draw your portraits. You will burn for my art, for our joint venture. Each and every one of you will become an artist, and as one final light one, you take leave of your personalities. You will become pure colours. You will become my colours. You will become all ears. You can hear every word I say. This peninsula is my Babylon, and I am Atlantis. We are shadows, shadows of words. Look deep inside you. There is light. You're all lit up like through a window. You can spot your own inner selves. You can read your own hearts, what's written there in the dusk, that which makes what's readable unreadable. This night smells of gasoline.
This night on the island, Julian stands aflame. The crowd is applauding. The crocodile is asleep. The squirrel rests, all curled up in the arms of the badger. He's dreaming of candy floss and little brown nuts. Only the fox is awake. She's gone hunting. She doesn't care about the stars. She's not gazing into the fire. She's a turtle, too big for her shell. She's just like her mother, a wolf devouring a deer, a princess shedding her skin.
I mean, there's a certain kind of framework you're supposed to fit into. Consensus paralyzes action. I mean, if the idea of what you cannot do is stronger than the idea of what you can do.
Like the sniper.
Yeah, what about the sniper?
When he hits, I mean, there's a voice of reason, and then the will to act, and then the sniper. These are the days of the sniper. That's what I think. It's all about what you do and what you say. Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Like, when the link is broken, then if what you say does not mean anything, like, well, there is no effect.
And the sniper?
That's what I mean.
You have guns?
Yes. So if the link is broken, then...
Why have guns if you're not going to use them? Ah. So it is the time of the sniper. Just bang! Get it over with, eh?
Who's there in the undergrowth? It's a squirrel, crying in her sleep.
I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to pretend anymore. You are all lying.
Kate's looking for something. She's forgotten what it was and she can't find it. She's searching through the bread bin. Where are you?
My page is missing.
It's not me, if that's what you think. I don't like the way you're looking at me.
What way am I looking at you?
Like it's my fault, like I've done something wrong. I've told you before.
My little crocodile.
Where is your den?
My little fox.
Come out, she cries.
Stop hiding,
Come home.
and I'll play with you. I'll build you a palace. I'll fill your purses with flagstones and gold. I'll be the candy bear. You'll be the boogeyman. You'll be the astronaut. I'll be the sun.
We wonder if we're dreaming. We wonder of the outside, and all we can feel is its darkness. And all we can see is its darkness. And all we can think is its darkness.
It's this way.
This way.
Do you think they still remember us?
The children are leaving the peninsula. They're entering the mainland, moving deeper and deeper into the interior. And as they do, they're leaving a trail behind them. A plastic bag, a candy map, a cap. The badgers left these. The night is there. The marsh spreads out between the pine trees, pulling their roots as the puddles grow darker. Hey, did you hear that?
What?
There it was again. Wasn't that the voice of a child? Over there?
There? No. No, can't be.
Yeah, I saw something moving.
I think it was a fox or something.
Or a squirrel.
Could have been a squirrel.
The two hunters stop, lowering their guns, listening for a moment. Shh.
And now it's gone.
Nothing moving in the undergrowth. Everything waiting. But you saw it too.
And now it's gone.
But it was there, as big as a child, I'm sure of it.
If you had an accident, if you shot someone accidentally, or if someone shot you,
Dead.
yeah, it's not as if you would be missing much. I mean, what would you miss? Your thoughts?
No, I certainly wouldn't miss them much. You?
But still, I mean, I'm not going to shoot myself.
It's a possibility. It's always considered it a possibility. Sort of a privilege even. That you can shoot yourself in the face if you wanted to. Isn't that better? Consider it my gift to you. You're welcome.
I didn't say thank you.
The hunters wade through the wetlands, following their traces. Following the traces of tiny footprints.
That's what it's called.
What?
Krokelva.
Crooked? Because it's crooked.
No, because it's of that guy that lived down there. Kroken. He lived by the river a long time ago. His hand was so deformed that it looked like a hook, all crooked, like this. That's what they say anyways.
The old folks.
Yeah. He never got himself a woman. Just lived there down by the river alone. Getting by as best as he could with his crooked hand. People looked at him like an original, I guess.
These things happen.
They do. What is it?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a fox. It's not a squirrel, not a hare. Too heavy.
It might be a fox.
Look,
Where?
There, under the branches.
It is really big. As big as...
A 6-year-old.
I got it.
Wait, are you sure it's an animal?
I got it.
Should we not? I think it's...
The sound of a gunshot.
What was that?
what was what?
It was as if fire touched my back.
I felt nothing.
This is not an island. It's a peninsula. It will never move, and then it does. There's this cracking noise, and then a silence. A cracking noise, and then a movement. At this place where the peninsula is at its narrowest, a fox lies dead in the woods. It's cold. The children that pretend to be animals pretend no more.
Hey, what's that sound? It sounded like thunder or an earthquake or something like that.
It's probably just the world coming to an end.
Yeah, with my luck.
Don't worry, today is not the day.
If you were a bird, you could see it. A peninsula tied to the mainland, and then a crack straight across the Ida. You'd see the suburbs and the lake and the kindergarten. You would see Ida, and then the wood and the marshland and the little dead fox. At Ida there's a trail of ants and a tree with a man tied to it, and then suddenly a crack, and you would see how the crack splits and moves, chewing up the tree, the man, the trail of ants, leaving the interior on one side and the peninsula on the other. There it was again. Let's go home, said the boy. I want my mother, said the girl. I'm scared. As if something shifted beneath our feet. Opening up, I'm getting ever wider. turning the peninsula into an island. How close was it, do you think?
Not close. At least on the other side of the marsh.
Look at the trees.
Says the squirrel.
Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Look at the fox. It's not moving.
I don't want to look at the fox.
Will she ever move again?
Look at the water in my cup, it's shaking.
Oh, it is.
How cool is that?
Look at the trees. Look at the fox. Look at the trees, says the squirrel, as the fox lies outstretched on his back.
Give him the battle axe.
He never wanted the battle axe.
Give it to him.
It was always you who wanted the battle axe. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
As the trees shake and the leaves tumble over them, as they jump and shout between the twigs and branches,
The fox should have it.
as the world rips open, as Julian stares down into an abyss. Bye-bye, children. Bye-bye, hunters. Bye-bye, mainland.
I don't want to die.
You are not going to die.
The ground's shaking.
What was it?
The squirrel looks at Badger, who looks at Crocodile.
The ground's shaking.
My belly's shaking.
My tail is shaking. I don't like this anymore.
We better call somebody.
Why do we call? Who do we call?
And rocks start rolling down the slopes, and the rumbling grows higher, and the river starts to spill. All the water, it's going into the marshes. And the lake rips open like a ripe fruit, pouring its sweet water into the ocean as the hunters pick up their guns in that dark interior, away from danger. As the rivers ripple, as Badger clings to the crocodile, and as the squirrel clings to the badger, and the crocodile keeps slamming its tail in the mud, shouting to see if her voice is bigger than the rumble, as the peninsula starts tearing itself away from the mainland, as if it had a will of its own.
Really, Kate, I don't want to die.
Nobody is dying. This is not the end. It can't be, whatever end you're looking for. It is not going to happen while we're here on this island.
Emil, could you just hold me for a second?
What? What did you say? I can hear you for all that noise.
We should jump all together before it's too late.
How strange. I feel like this is all a metaphor. Maybe it is all just a metaphor. I don't get it. I don't get it, Julian. You've always been good with metaphors. I mean, I thought even if the world ends, this place would, stay the same.
Somebody must do something.
Well, I think I'm going to jump.
But you can't.
He'll never do it, he'll never jump.
Well, you're wrong, I'm going to jump.
Julian!
You can't stop a man from killing himself.
What if you don't die? If you just keep falling forever?
Once I tried bungee jumping, falling was the worst part.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
There it is, the peninsula, floating on its own like a giant skull. It tips ever so slowly in the water, swaying and then stabilizing, swaying and then stabilizing, drifting further and further from the mainland, away from the woods, away from the children, away from the animals, a fox, insects building nets in its pointy ears.
I always thought of this as an island, anyway.
This place is where I grew up.
This place we chose for our children.
We have to find them.
Well, we still have the ferry.
The gas station is still here.
What if they are there on the other side?
What, you mean the children? Don't be stupid, they're just hiding somewhere.
When we moved to this place, we thought this was the exit.
When we moved to this place, I didn't want to move.
At this point, all we need is stay relaxed.
Whatever we decide to do is going to be okay. Whatever we decide to do, it's no longer our decision.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to transform.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to take care of what we have.
It's all going to get better. It always gets better.
It's like all I do, all I think, it's just, I know that it comes from society, from our parents. It creates like a hole, and then we fight all the time to be, we fight. It's the snails, it's the garbage, we can't get rid of it, it's everywhere. I don't mind the rain. I'm just worried about the snails, the slugs.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this system makes a profit out of our fucking grief, right?
I'm just worried about the garden. I'm worried about stuff. My mother died. And it's important how we live.
Hey, did you hear? This man went to the kindergarten to pick up his grandchild and discovers that it was the wrong kid. The kid was 3. I mean, what a shock. Picking up the wrong child. How can you do that?
You are lying.
Hey, yes.
You never slept with that neighbour.
No.
You're lying.
Yes.
You slept with her.
No.
You live in denial.
You're in denial.
You feel like a coward.
You're in denial about how the world perceives you.
And how is that? How does the world perceive me?
Oh, I'm this wonderful person. I recycle my garbage. I want to save the world. Yeah. Who are you going to save now? Who? The planet is already a big dump. A dump full of plastic, and we are dancing right on top of it.
Deep in the marsh, 2 hunters are burying a child. Yes.
Yes.
Deep in the marsh, the birds are chirping. Who is a bat? Who is a bird? Who is a beaver?
Before I was careful, I recycled every little item. If I wasn't sure, I just put it to the side until later. And I started thinking about it like raw material, like paper, plastic and all that, hazardous waste, electronics, food, wood, aluminium, and now it just seems endless. Little by little, I've just lost my patience. The emotions got me. First it was just a little carelessness, a framed photograph actually that I just couldn't deal with dismantling in order for the paper to go with paper, glass with glass, aluminium with aluminium, wood with wood. So I just threw it in a garbage bag, and as soon as I did that, the entire system was flawed. So in the end, that's what we all do. We just put stuff in garbage bag and drag it into the front lawn, and there it just stands. Hundreds and thousands of black garbage bags. No one no longer has any idea of what it is. Is it a photo album? Is it kitchen appliances and stereos, books, pamphlets from every organisation, clothes? Heaps of winter coats. One for each fucking winter. And all the tiny fibres. And in those little coats are all these tiny fibres.
Filling the garbage cans.
Filling, all this winter. 5,000 pairs of shoes, smelly old crusty little piles. Yeah.
In the schoolyards.
I'm just fucking done with it. It nauseates me.
Lena keeps roaming around the fur coats, the shoes, the filth, a piece of art, a piece of shit.
I hate things. Why Why can't they just self-terminate? Why can't they just explode?
The children that pretended to be animals pretend no more. It's cold, snow's falling. A child lies covered in earth. The hunters do what they know how to do. They hunt.
I was thinking about doing some fishing, putting out some nets. Nets here.
Yes,
But that's illegal, isn't it?
maybe.
And you're going to do that anyway.
It's only for the good, thinning it out.
Thinning it out
The fish are too small and there's so many of them, so I'm thinning it out.
in the river.
Yes.
You're thinning the river because there's too many small fish in the pond? Wait, don't answer. It was me and my cousin. We were about to jump, but then we heard somebody, long steps across the heather, and then we lost our courage. We just turned around and ran away.
Where did you run to?
Up along the creek, into a ravine, and through the thickets, up to the waterfall. It's hard work, slow all the way to the top. Around it, the ground was covered with yaitrams by the pond, underneath the waterfall, and no sign of marshlands. The waterfall is all hidden behind the thicket. It closes in on it, around the pond. There were some other children there, but when I turned around, I cannot see any.
What are the children?
In the waterfall, in the pond, behind the foxgloves. I cannot see them. Not in the waterfall, not in the pond, but I hear them saying things, talking. They say, your family has left you, your family has left you, your girlfriend has left you, you're alone. They keep repeating it. You're alone, you have nobody. Far away, up the hill I crawl, through the ferns, all along the edge of the waterfall. It's steep up there. The earth is so brittle where the fawns grow. I keep on slipping, but I get myself up, and then it opens up the landscape.
Yes, or by the lake.
Yes.
At the Scarlets, that icy cleft up there. You walk it and then onwards as far as you want to go.
I'm up by the water facing the cleft. And when I turn around, I can see Morgan. The bay is clear and frail like...
As they stand there, the snow begins to fall. As they stand there, it covers the ground, the flower beds, and the garbage cans, soaking the trees lining the roundabout, soaking the paths leading to the cracks, into the place where the island became an island. This is an island. This is our home. This is where we drive our car. This is where we ride our horses. This is where the ferry anchors up. Here, there was no need for a bridge. Here, we were connected, we were safe. This place is just part of the world. Shh. This is how we used to think of it. Shh. Kate parks the cash tray. Lena's pacing the floors. What is it, Lena?
I cannot bear it anymore. It's everywhere. It's like acid. Corrosion. The smell. It's like a cat breaking down inside me. A porcupine, a badger melting into me. A seagull, lumpfish, an old rat. To think how she carried this ugly mug with her. From apartment to apartment. Oh,
Jesus.
just no.
Drop the gun, Lena. Drop the gun. She goes out, she's heading for higher ground. Let go of the gun. She lets go of the gun. She's not thinking about slugs.
Jesus, did you hear that?
What?
Nothing. It's the sound of nothing. It's so quiet. Is that your gun? Do you have more?
More guns? What do you want to shoot at?
I don't know. Is it important? Road signs, maybe? Or the garden centre? They have a sale on.
Yeah, I was thinking when I'm done shooting at the mug, that I want to just shoot at the bullet. Shoot it once, and when it splits open, shoot at the fragments, and then again, you see, until there is just powder and poof.
Oh, smell the grass. It's so fresh. Isn't it lovely? It's so lovely here in this time of year on this peninsula.
I'm hungry.
We'll eat soon.
How soon?
We'll find some berries or mushrooms or a house.
I hate mushrooms.
Let's make a snowman.
Look, over there, a path. Oh, let's take it.
What if it takes us all the way down into town?
I have $100 bill.
We could get a hot dog or maybe a pizza.
Or a steak. I want a big, fat, bloody steak.
The badger, that's a boy, starts humming. The squirrel is right behind him. The crocodile is humming too,
Here comes the boogeyman.
says the crocodile.
Here comes the hammerfish.
Says the squirrel. They own the statue of the little girl with the matchsticks. They own all these Danish statues of white children grimacing. They own these candlesticks. They own these handmade coasters. They own this African quilt. They own this silk. They own this linen. They own these napkin rings. They own this silver. They own these silver spoons. They own these silver forks. They own these silver knives. They own this painting of a dancing woman. They own this painting of a quiet man. They own this painting of forms and colours. They own this Turkish rug. They own this old porcelain. They own this stereo. They own these speakers. They own this TV. They own this sofa table. They own this chair. They own this chair as well. And this chair. And this chair.
at dere kunne komme. We thank you for coming. We just tried to sort of play a bit with this today in 2-3 hours, and I hope you sort of